Welcome back, friends. This is the Thrifty Food Plan channel where you can find frugal food budgets, grocery hauls, and meal plans using the USDA Thrifty Food Plan. This week, we are really going to try to use what we already have to keep those costs low. And if you like what you see here, please hit that like button and the subscribe button. As always, when I'm constructing my weekly food budget, I draw from the USDA Thrifty Food Plan. And according to that plan, the most recent one we have is for September 2022. The base allotment for someone my age is $51.30. Because I am a one-person household, I add 20%, which gives me a maximum allowable food spend each week of $61.56. But again, I am really going to try to use what I already have on hand to dramatically reduce my costs this week. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look in my fridge, freezer, and pantry and figure out what I already have that I can use before I go to the grocery store. All right, let's take a look at what we have in the fridge, freezer, pantry. Need to pick up some more soy milk. Ooh, definitely need half and half. Got about a half a thing of seltzer. That should be enough for the week. 2 lemons. Got 1 block of tofu. This is dog stuff right here. I pulled out this chili from the freezer, so that's enough for a meal. I've got some faux cheddar left. Got nutritional yeast, flax, and chickpea flour I could use to make things. Nothing on this shelf. I've got a little bit of a purple onion, 1 pepper, a little bit of carrots left over. Let's see what we have in the freezer. Clean this up a little bit. So I've got some bananas, a little bit of frozen strawberry. On this shelf, meat products for the Phenom, but I've got 1 Boca burger, some flax bread, English muffins. And then for veg, I have cauliflower, spinach, 2 bags of collards, and of course broccoli. Proteins, I have some mukamame, that's shelled soybeans, and some black-eyed peas. All right, and then I've got some potatoes left over, sweet and regular. I've got an onion. We had a work event this week, kind of like a retreat, and there was a bunch of fruit left over, so they let us take it home. I've got enough fruit to get me through a while. I'm super excited about free food. And then in the pantry, you'll also see they had a bunch of candy. So free sweet treats. I'm not going to need to buy any of that for a while. And then up here, I've got some beans left over, tomatoes, some peanut butter products back here. Do have some of the rice papers left. Rice, a little bit of taco seasoning. I had a bag of black beans in here that a pound of black beans. I've taken those out and I'm soaking them. I'm gonna make a pot of black beans this week. Maybe some black bean soup. Tortillas, some of the cheese sauce mix that's vegan, do recommend. So a lot of this stuff is College Phenom, but I have plenty of oats left over. You might remember I bought 8 pounds a couple weeks ago. I'm still eating through that. And then I've got some popcorn and peanuts for me to snack on. So that's everything I have to build my recipes for the week. All right, I am back from the grocery store. This is a tiny little fill haul. So the peppers were on sale this week. I think $1.29 a piece, and then I had a coupon to bring that price down a little bit. My green onions, I was finally done regrowing them, so I replaced those. I got 1 more sweet onion. I got a little head of cabbage. And then I got a can of pumpkin puree because I didn't get any bananas this week, so I was thinking I might be able to make muffins with the pumpkin puree. So that's like all my veg. And then for grains, I had a coupon to get a free box of nut thins, so stockpiled that. And then these naan were in the discount bin for $1, so I picked those up and I'll freeze them. So when I make like curry or something in a future week, I'll have those. And then, as you saw, I needed some more soy milk. I needed some more half and half. This half and half was on sale. And then in the discount bin, they had this kind of seasoning packet. Now, obviously, I'm not going to eat it with pork, but I could certainly make it with some of my tofu. And this normally is $1.79, and it was in the discount bin for 89 cents. So that'll just give me a little extra flavoring I can use at some point. So this is everything that I got at the grocery store this week. All right, so here is my receipt from my in-person shop. I shop at a Kroger equivalent store near me. So the half and half was $2.99. It was on sale. That is cheaper than what the store brand was. Soy milk was $3.99. I got those nut thins completely free because I had a store coupon for that. The pumpkin was $1.50. That was $1.19 off. I got the red pepper for 79 cents because I had a coupon. And then yellow pepper and orange pepper were $1.29 each. Those were on sale. That spice packet that I bought, 89 cents. The naan, $1. The sweet onion I bought was 95 cents. The green onions were 99 cents, which is way higher than they used to be. And then, I got the cabbage, the head of cabbage for $1.30 because all of the spinach, all of the romaine, all of that was really expensive. So for salads this week, I'll use up some sliced cabbage. So my grand total spend was $17.08. Now, as you saw before, my maximum allowable food spend was $61.56. I spent $17.08, which means I did come in significantly under budget this week. And I think really like using what we have is a key way to protect ourselves from food inflation. I've talked about it repeatedly on this channel and really kind of building off what we already have in the pantry, fridge, and freezer really is a way that allows us to control costs. And if you're curious how I use money when I come in under budget, I will put a link in about kind of how I use sort of an underspend on groceries. So for nutritional check-in, one of the things I love about the USDA Thrifty Plan is it really does tell us kind of what percentage of our money we should be spending in each category: veg, fruits, grains, proteins, dairy, miscellaneous, to make it more likely that we are going to have our nutritional needs met. Now, I did have somebody comment on a prior video just kind of saying, why don't you look at what the percentage of what you're actually eating? In my household, we have folks who have a history of like body image issues. So things like calorie counting and that sort of thing, we just avoid in our household because we want to have a healthy relationship with the food that we are eating. I agree, however, that if you don't have those issues in your household, track what you are eating in each of the nutritional categories. That is another way to do it. But for my household, we are going to look at sort of the categories based on what we spend. And obviously, this week, the shop is so small and I'm using so much of what I have that it's going to look a little disparate this week. So I spent 41% on dairy. I spent nothing on protein foods because I already have beans and tofu. I'm going to use what I have on hand. For grains, I bought that naan in the discount bin for $1 and the nut thins were free because I had a coupon. I bought no fruits because I got all of those fruits from my work thing where I got free food. Veggies, I spent 47% of $17.08. And then in the miscellaneous category, I did buy that spice packet and then I forgot to bring a grocery bag with me. So I paid 10 cents for a bag and I just included it here. So that is sort of what I will be eating, a more balanced diet, because I will be using what I already have. But this is what the spend indicates. So the meal plan this week, we'll be having oats. I bought 8 pounds of oats a couple weeks ago. I'm still eating through that. Have coffee still, so I will be drinking coffee in the morning. Snacks, I have plenty of fruit. As always, I will make some lemon hummus, which I can serve with carrots or crackers, and I will put in a link for that recipe. As you saw, I have plenty of potatoes left over, so I can make air fries for snack, serve that up with ketchup. I also have popcorn. Lunches, I will be making cabbage slaw salads this week. That bag of cauliflower that you saw in the freezer, I can actually take that, mix it up with some barbecue sauce, and roast it, and have kind of roasted barbecue cauliflower for lunch one day. And then I can have dinner leftovers. As you saw in the fridge, I'm going to use what I have and eat that leftover chili. I can this week sort of roast up the tofu with some veggies and that spice mix I bought. I'm going to make some black bean soup. I've got collards and black-eyed peas that I can serve over baked sweet potatoes. And then for desserts this week, I can have banana ice cream because you saw bananas in the freezer. And then I also have the fixins to make the pumpkin muffins. So that is the meal plan for this week. And I'm going to eat really well because I'm using what I already have on hand with some supplements, like a small haul of $17.08 this week. So would really, really love to hear from you all some of the other strategies you are using to deal with food inflation. And, when you are eating through your pantry, fridge, and freezer, I'd love to hear how you think about putting recipes together and kind of how you might supplement with kind of a mini haul, a filler haul, to kind of make using your pantry, fridge, and freezer possible while also thinking about nutrition. Would love to hear any tips you have in the comments. Thanks so much for visiting, and we will see you next Thursday.